Hey everybody, with the papaya back at you again with another YouTube video. So this YouTube video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be basically looking at r/predecessor game and sort by new and kind of see what questions people are asking, right? I'm like, how can I help the general population with like a relatively quick video and answer a lot of quick questions that maybe is going to help a lot of the people. We reached 2,000 subs, so thank you for everyone who has subscribed. And I know that there's a lot of you that are looking for guides, finding information, and interested in that stuff. So maybe there's something that you can learn from this, and then I'll expand it myself on it, and let's get right to it. So uh, let's take a look at new r/predecessor game. So does matchmaking always take this long? So this guy's waiting for 3 minutes 53 seconds. In high elo, if you watch my streams, it does. I've had 30-minute queues. I've had 20-minute queues very recently. Queues won't really ramp up until about like 8 o'clock Eastern time. Is I think 10 to 11 is when peak happens, like Eastern time. So basically, when I get on, it takes about 2 hours until queues really start popping off. But if you're not in high level play, I mean, a 5 minute and under isn't that long, but you'll get a lot of people dodging. And then, if you could choose one hero's kit to tweak or change completely, who would it be? For me, it'd be biased into Kalari or Richter. I think Kalari's Invis is a garbage mechanic in general. I think Invis in general is a garbage mechanic, but I absolutely hate her ability to have so many ways to kind of gap close and run away and jump and get over things, right? And she has the ability to see when you place a ward, when you are invisible with her. If you are invisible with Kalari, you can walk on top of wards and show an eyeball. That means that if there's an eyeball on top of you, that means you're giving vision. I hate that. Character design, and she can jump away, she can ult away, she has movement speed on top of her secondary ability. I just dislike that a lot in her kit. And then Richter, I think Richter is, even though his grab is his kit, when it comes in a late game, there is still a lot of ways to benefit. Either it's you miss every grab except for the last grab that wins you the game, or you get those boots that pull everyone together. You get a nice ultimate and you absolutely destroy them, right? So like I dislike the grab. The hook needs a balance point. A hook should not be that you grab them and it brings them to you. It, in my opinion, needs to be similar to Thresh in League of Legends. You grab them, you get to slow them really hard, and you get to choose whether to pull them, whether to go to them, or maybe they can find a balance where you pull them halfway, so you get like you both meet in the middle. That's kind of what I want to see with Richter. That's mainly what I want in his kit to be changed. I do hate the silence. I do hate the ultimate. But if we can at least fix the hook, I would be happy with that. Because I do think it's very detrimental early game, that hook, and late game too. But late game, it kind of should, because that is his kit, right? Quick cast Smite on console. So now I am not a console player, but you can quick cast Smite by or instacast, because this guy is saying quick cast. Quick cast is still slow. Quick cast, I believe, is you press the button, and if you hold it down, it'll give you the icon. But if you just press it, then it casts it. But there might be a delay on it. What you want is instacast. It's the same way. You go into settings and go into gameplay. I might have a thing popping up depending on when I do this video. I might have a thing pop up above. Um, that's how you do it. But I don't know if there is even more of a delay, as I do not have a console. People and things should not be able to cost everyone MMR. I mean, it's a casual game mode. Sorry, pal. So Decker counters for the fence. So how the hell do you counter the Decker stun and fence combo when you're deleted? So one thing is you need to prepare for it. Her level 2 is dangerous. So level 2, be careful. In every character, when you're in dual lane, you're fighting for level 2. When you think you're going to lose the level 2, especially against Decker, especially having those stuns, you got to play it safe. That's just how it is. You can't, because she is going to be very dominant. And it's based on her position. You get hit by the stun, you should have dodged it. It means you're out of position. I mean, that's just it. Oh, it's hard to hit. You're out of position. It is her kit. She's relatively squishy. She's really annoying, but she can get beat up. But counters to the fence, you don't really have a counter to the fence necessarily. But what a good counter is when the Decker goes aggro and uses her stun bowl and her fence. the support should be looking at prioritizing at pressuring the carry, because the carry is now the one that's going to have skills. The carry is a one that's going to throw out the rest of the damage. So the other support should try and peel off the carry from doing more of that damage, and just let the that's kind of just how you want to do it. If the support's the one getting caught, damn, your support is getting caught. That's unfortunate, you know. But basically, you got to understand that when someone uses their entire kit, you got to respect that, right? Like, they use their kit, stop focusing them, focus on the person that's going to put the rest of their kit on, which is going to be the carry, at least in lane. When it comes into team fights, right, you have your blinks, you have your jumps, you know, that's a lot of the counters per se. Silencium isn't really going to help you. There's not many skills that are going to help you, you know, besides your positioning and knowing and being aware of where the decker is and what her plans are, right? Especially if you're the carry and all that. You want the tank to be the one who gets stuck, not the squishy. Is lifesteal good? So is lifesteal good? Now, lifesteal used to be really strong on mages, but they nerfed AoE lifesteal a while ago, maybe like 8 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. It was mainly on AoE lifesteal. So it's like, so anytime AoE is area of effect, so that means that it's not a single target. So anything that was multi-target got nerfed heavily. I think like a 66% nerf. And that kind of hurt lifesteal a bit. Now you have Omnivamp, which stands for anything can give you lifesteal. Any type of damage is going to give you that. Then I think you have regular lifesteal, which means basic attacks is going to get you that. And I think those are the only two. And then you can have like things like Mutilator, which is you're stealing the actual HP. But you have lifesteal and you have Omnivamp. Q by role. Would it be better to select role before going into Q? This is something that I know a lot of people asked about, and I kind of like the idea personally overall. But you know, at the same time, it's a player-based issue. Now, I would like some bias, not mean that you guarantee you're gonna get mid lane if you want mid, but at least like, all right, if we find you in 1 minute, we'll give it to you. If we can't, we're gonna expand it. That's what I would like to see. That's probably not gonna come out, if anything, until we get like a more advanced ranked, when ranked beta is done. But I don't think we're gonna see it in general. So how does XP work in this game? For a while now, I've been really confused about how XP is rolled or is dolled out in Predecessor. Yesterday, I was in solo lane. I was 3 and 2. My opponent was 1 and 2. I was 10 to 15 CS higher than him as well. However, they were a comfortable level ahead of you, being one level. I was only a quarter of the level. At this point, we had killed Sign about the same amount. Another example is how in dual lane it feels like a crapshoot to see who gets level 2 first. How does XP work in this game? You technically could have orbital growth give you a bit more XP, but it's not really noticeable. But you know, there's an area of effect, and you want to prioritize XP, right? If you're backing a lot, you're gonna miss out on XP. It's as simple as that. So he probably isn't realizing his positioning, and he probably could be backing a lot. Even if you're 10 to 15 CS higher, you know, did he get objectives? Did he steal a jungle camp? CS is definitely orientated more towards gold, right? So it's like it's a little iffy, but you want to prioritize and sit in lane. I feel that affects sometimes too, and that means that usually, because when that happens, it's because you're rotating a lot. You know, you're not staying in your lane. You're not sitting there soaking in XP. That's just basically what it is. You know, watch your VOD, take a look at it, see what you do. People really underestimate how important it is to spend 30 minutes of your time watching a VOD of you than just going in and starting a new game. Learning and seeing what you do wrong is so drastically important, you know, and a lot of people don't do it, and it is worth doing. Even I don't do it enough. Watch a gameplay of yourself and see what you're doing wrong. See what the enemy could be doing and how you could improve yourself onto it, right? Yeah, that's one of the most important things. So that's just kind of one thing I could say. You're probably just not sitting in lane. Trust me, like that's kind of about it. You are just not sitting in lane long enough. Otherwise, how else are you gonna go down in XP? All right, you are outclassed. How do you proceed? So this, I see a lot of people, even people that I'm against, they're outclassed, right? Now, when you're outclassed and you're like down 2 to 3 levels, that means you're inting. I'm sorry, if you're down 2 to 3 levels, you're inting. You're not outclassed at that point. Your opponent gets 2 to 3 kills, you're unlucky gank or failed pursuit, you're down. Outclassed means the person's better than you. In any situation, I want to make a video of this on how I think, and I want people to kind of do the same. I know it sounds really bad in a way, but like, the game is based off of objectives. You, in theory, are not gonna end the game, right, without prime if the people have literally a brain, because you need prime to siege. It is so easy to clear minions late game with all characters that it's impossible to hit core and keep your minions there. To be hitting core, having no prime buff, the minions are just gonna die so quickly. You just can't siege with it. You need to get prime. So your entire goal is to not feed, soak XP, soak as much gold. You still get 20% gold even if you don't hit minions, right? And you basically want to prioritize objective rotations. But the main objective is going to be primal and prime, right? So when you're outclassed and getting beat up, sit back, soak some farm up, throw some pokes in. It's gonna happen sometimes, right? Plus, you're kind of in a way limit testing. You're understanding what do you do in these type of situations. Could I have played a little bit more aggressive? Once again, watch your video back. Could I have played a little more aggressive, and been able to get more XP? Pay attention, see what they could have what you could have done better, right? But you just want to literally sit back, farm what you can, freeze it at your tower. And what I mean by freezing it at your tower is you want to basically let the minion wave push up, right? And you're gonna tank the hits sometimes and just let the minion wave sit right in front of your tower, and you're just gonna last hit. Make sure you put your MIAs. That's the most important thing. If you see him go into your jungle trying to take jungle camps, let your jungler know, but you're just gonna do that. It's okay to let them dominate in lane by just having more gold. Okay? Don't lose the XP and don't die. Die once, maybe twice, but avoid it. Do not int. Don't feed. Every time you die, you are going to miss out on XP and gold by default, right? Don't want to do that. Just don't die. Soak up the XP, soak up the gold. And that's mainly it. And then hopefully your team can carry you. Hopefully you get a really good fight at Prime or Fangtooth or Primal. And that's it. It's just, that's going to happen sometimes, right? I get outclassed when I play an offlane. 90% of the time, I'm not a good offlane player. So that's basically what I do. I look for characters that are going to help me, that are in the meta and that are going to help me be able to play safe and not have to really take major risk to get really good reward. I look for low risk characters that give me a ton of reward by default, right? Like Steel, like Greystone, things like that. All right, so that's it for this video. I'm gonna stop here. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys like these type of videos, if it's kind of lame, it's kind of boring. I just thought, let's try something new. Let's try something different, right? Because this is gonna kind of open up my mind, share my opinion on some things. Maybe it could teach you guys something. I think it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So on that note, take it easy. Have a good one. Good luck in your games. I'll catch you later. Peace.